Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Molinda Jae's channel. I am your girl, Molinda Jae, and I'm here to talk about the Hair Tales episode 1 with Oprah Winfrey with the OWN is showing on OWN and Hulu. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, my thoughts about this episode with Oprah, for one, they asked, the first question is always going to be asked, who did your hair? Her grandma did her hair. My thoughts on this episode in regards to Oprah Winfrey is that within her hair journey, she has been able to discover the power of language once she found Christ. Once she found Christ, she has been like the number one fan in regards to discovering the power of language, especially when she did her debut speech, Easter speech, and had received a wonderful response with the crowd, as well as just seeing the pastors and all the folks who were at the pulpit, just spreading the word and using their voices to uplift and also to teach people the significance of the faith, right? And also within her episode, my thoughts was being presentable. Speaking of church, right? And I believe I had this further down in my notes. I probably didn't. But church aspect and special occasions, when it came to being presentable, since Oprah has thick, beautiful 4C hair, on special occasions, whenever that special family member will come down out of town, comment down below in the comment section if you had like a family member that you had to be ready for, hair done, slicked down to the bone, and dressed up to the T, as if you was meeting the Queen of England or something like that, a statesperson. Okay. And same thing happening with church. You had to be presentable enough. You had to be age appropriate, so you won't be mistaken for an older age or looking beyond your age type of deal. But also when it comes to being presentable, in Oprah's case, it it always seems like she was, even though she was in her element with some things, on another aspect, she always, when it came to the person being out of town and going to church, you had to be in tip-top shape, nothing out of place, because if you do, your first impression just goes from here down here type of deal. Okay, it just almost felt like you're playing dress up, right, when it comes to being presentable. My other thoughts with the Oprah with Oprah's story was the professionalism in the workplace, making sure she was presentable enough to maintain the audience viewership. And this pointer comes into mind because she had made a reference when she was doing when she was working in Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken. She had the roller set type of deal, and with her hair being thick, the volume of her hair is just going to be boom. It's going to be voluptuous, right, to that aspect. However, when it came to on down the line, that's when the executives or the producers came up to her and was like, hey, is there any other way that you can make your hair a little bit more straighter because it's messing up with the tech and the pixels of the tech at the same time. And can we, like, in her eyes, they're not they're not inward, they're like a little out. And so, well, her eyes are spaced out, so they was asking her, hey, can you like do some eye surgery to where you can make your eyes a little bit closer, and then also with your nose, since majority of us black people, we have big nose, right? And as far as like your nose, can you do some surgery on your nose so it can be a little bit more narrow, aesthetically pleasing? In other words, being aesthetically pleasing to the audience to maintain the viewership. And and when she mentioned that, I was like, they were saying this to her back in the early the 70s, and it still plays prevalent now. See, back then it was like, for one, it was taboo unless you was like in the Hollywood realm, and then two, it wasn't advertised in the masses as it is now. So even if you did have the surgery done, to depending on how far you went of getting surgery, people can sometimes notice and then others wouldn't, right? And also when it came to her shaving her head, because they had also, when they gave her a referral to go to this French beauty shop in New York, and they basically messed up her hair because they left the perm in her hair too long, because they was going by the instructions, and she already told them that, hey, my head is burning, it's starting to burn, can we wash this out? And they was like, oh no, a couple minutes longer, this is what the box says. But in the black community, when the hair start burning, it's time to wash that stuff out. Okay, even if it's just a little tingle, it's time to take that stuff out, it's time to wash it out. But no, they was going by the box. So by them going by the box and them refraining from her saying, hey, or we're just rejecting her saying that her head is burning and I think we need to wash this out, it just goes to show that nothing has changed, especially when it comes to a black woman that is feeling some type of pain, and they expect us to take the pain and keep it pushing. And it don't need to be like that. It sounds like it just go all across the board. Whenever we are going through some type of pain, we are expected to continue on going through the pain and not get some help on it, unless we have a person to advocate for us and be demanding enough to where we get that support. Okay, so again, she wasn't able to wear no scarf, so she had to figure out another way to wear her hair, which was basically shaving all the rest of her hair off, because she had scabs and just hair patches all throughout her hair because of the perm that was given to her at the French shop, and they disregarded her not washing the hair when the hair was tingling. Another aspect with the professionalism in the workplace was that she used to get in trouble for an audience, if she was interviewing somebody or her crew was about to interview somebody and they had like their roller set and their bonnets on their head, especially in her reference, it was a house fire and a woman was standing outside with the roller set and a bonnet on. And even though the woman is seeing her house burning down, Oprah pulled her to a side and was like, hey, let's go ahead and take these rollers and this bonnet on so you can be presentable on camera. That was like a pet peeve of her, watching black people come on camera and they looking like they just got up out of bed. Hence this is what Monique was trying to relate to, or trying to tell everybody. I think it was the beginning of last year or during 2020, about seeing a mass amount of people, mainly black women in general, wearing bonnets out in public, and how the how you present yourself in public is going to determine on how serious people is going to take you. And when she's, and when she mentioned in a soft tone manner that, hey, can we take the bonnets off when we get out the house so we can be taken seriously, a little bit more seriously, whether we are appearing on camera or we just going to the school or to the supermarket, can we please take the bonnets off? And she got backlash for it, because people was like, you ain't you you don't have authority over my head, and blah 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 this, blah 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 that. But at the same time, she had a point, y'all. She had a point, because really, when you walk up to somebody, or somebody walk up to you and they got a bonnet on their head, or they got roller sets still on their head, are you going to take them seriously? No, you're not, because you're going to be paying too much attention to the bonnet or the hairstyle that they got on their head, and not the person that is relaying the information to you. So it's just best to, be presentable, right? To where people can take you seriously, and not be like, okay, like, how are we supposed to take you seriously and you just got up out of bed? Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? At least put a little scarf on, or put your hair in the back in a ponytail, you know what I'm saying? Or just gel it down. Just show some presentability, right? I don't even think that's a word. I think I made that up. Presentability. Just be present. But that's what Monique was trying to tell us, folks. And she did this in a soft tone, auntie manner, and people was on her tail about it. Like, but if she would have came at you sideways like your grandma would you pay attention then? See, we gotta stop that, Black folks. If somebody is talking to us in a loving, caring manner, we need to be receptive of it, because if they would have came at you sideways, you would have been ready to windmill and saying, oh, she ain't in charge of my hair, she don't do my hair, what she know about that? But honestly, y'all, yeah, let's be a little bit more presentable when we go out in public, okay? And then lastly, that was a pointer for me in the Oprah interview, was the career. Being a career woman, but also the establishment of becoming a hairstylist, thanks to Madam Annie Malone and Madam CJ Walker. They made it a way to make hairstyling a career, because back then it would usually be either you are an agriculture laborer or you are a housemaid. All right. But due to the fact, but these two women came together and then ventured out and did their own type of thing. They took the hair industry in their hands, and they made it out of a career out of it. And the difference between the hairstylist then and the hairstylist now is that the hairstylists then, they were helping each other. They were helping each other in the capacity, basically like an extension village, to their to the family that they have. The hairstylist was like an extension of the clients, right? Meaning when it came to all the women performing the hairstyles in the hair salon, there will be one person that will take the children to school, or the career of being a hairstylist. It helped women getting out of abusive relationships or hardcore divorces to where they will have to start fresh, right? And it gave the women a sense of independence, of bringing their own income into their house, being able to feed their kids and their family and so forth and so forth. Compared to the hairstylists now, um um the hairstylists now is more like they want to have the lifestyle of the celebrity hairstylists, right? Meaning they want the cars, they want the accolades, of course, the recognition. And it's almost like every woman for themselves type of deal. And it is, the hairstylist nowadays is literally, in my eyes, the battle of hairstylists. Like if like we are in the real live action of the Bronner brothers hairstyle battle of who is the best hairstylist, who is the most affordable hairstylist, who is the hairstylist that is going to be able to perform these acts of doing my hair and not cost me an arm and a leg and all these other transactional fees and stuff like that. Compared to, like I said, back then, it was more like an extension village. They were taking care of each other. They was embracing one another. They was just doing it all. And of course, let's talk about the sacred relationship between the hairstylist and the client. They were basically also, the hairstylist acted as a surrogate therapist for the client as well, because as you are getting your crown nourished, right, it sends a, it, I don't know, it sends some type of signal to just be able to relax and unwind and just enjoy the moment. And if you want to discuss something between your confidential between you and your hairstylist, you can do so with confidentiality. But nowadays it's not like that. It's a dime in a dozen. It's a dime in a dozen. You come across somebody that is able to perform all those acts like the hairstylists do back in the day. But other than that, you know, I really salute the women, Ms. Madam CJ Walker and Miss Madam Annie Malone, to provide another avenue for ladies to make money, whether it's by themselves as an individual or as a side hustle or career, if they are in a relationship with somebody or in a marriage with their significant other. But that's all I have for this, for my thoughts on Oprah's interview, or Oprah's hair tale. Like she went through all the hairstyle phases. Okay, she didn't had the roller set, she didn't had the pigtails and the ponytail. The ponytail is her favorite hairstyle. She didn't had the shave down look. She didn't had the afro when when her hair started growing back. And yeah, she didn't had the long, the curly hair. She had all those, she experienced all those hairstyles. So shouts out to Tracy Ellis Ross for doing this series, because like I said before in the previous video, this is like a more intimate docu series than the Good Hair movie, even though the Good Hair movie is a good reference in regards to like exploring the chemical aspect of those perms and stuff. But other than that, that's all I have for you guys. I thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to leave a comment down below of your thoughts and opinions about the review of the Hair Tales, and have you watched it? If not, I encourage you all to watch it. It's you will want to you will want to talk about your hair journey. I mean, that's what I'm doing on my channel. I'm a little inconsistent on it because I'm doing other things, but I get to it when I can. But other than that, yes, comment down your thoughts and opinions down below. And don't forget to like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so help me get to there. Hit that notification bell so you know the next time I upload a video. And share the video. Share the video. Sharing is Karen. And all my social media links will be in the description box below. Or anytime you see a QR code on the screen, it's links to all my social media and more. So go ahead and check that out. But other than that, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. Always remember to love thyself, know thyself, soothe thyself so you can heal thyself. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.